US has taken one big decision that could affect thousands of Indian professionals working in the United States. The US Department of Homeland Security has officially ended automatic extensions of work permits for foreign workers. That means if your renewal isn't approved in time, you will lose the right to work the very next day your permit expires. Let's break it down what this really means, who it affects the most, and why the Biden-era grace period has just come to an end. Until now, under a Biden-era policy, migrants whose employment authorization document or EAD had expired could continue working for up to 540 days, as long as they had applied for renewal before the expiry date. That grace period is now gone. From October 30th, 2025, anyone filing for an EAD renewal will no longer get an automatic extension. The rule is clear. Once your current work permit expires, you must stop working unless the renewal has already been approved. There are few narrow exceptions like extensions under temporary protected status or TPS, but for most skilled workers, this is a big change. An employment authorization document is issued to individuals who are not US citizens or permanent residents but are authorized to work for a specific period. Those holding a green card do not need an EAD, as their card already serves as proof of employment authorization. Similarly, individuals with non-immigrant work visas such as H-1B, L-1B, O, or P are not required to apply for this document. The biggest impact will be felt by Indian professionals in the US, especially those on H-4 dependent visas, STEM graduates on OPT extensions, and people waiting for green cards through employment categories. And it's not just about jobs, it's also about continuity. For companies employing Indian tech talent, every delay could disrupt projects or force them to find replacements. Now let's understand why this policy matters and it existed in the first place. The Biden administration introduced the 540-day automatic extension in 2022 when visa processing delays had become unbearable. It was meant as a temporary fix to prevent people from losing work due to government backlogs. But now, the Department of Homeland Security says it's time to end that emergency measure. Officials argue that application timelines have stabilized, though immigration lawyers are saying that delays still stretch over a month. So while this rollback may look procedural, for thousands of foreign workers, it could mean unpaid gaps and job insecurity. This move comes on the heels of several policy shifts under the Trump administration's return to the office. Just last week, President Donald Trump raised the H-1B visa application fee to a staggering $1 lakh, saying it ensures that only the most highly skilled foreign workers enter the country. He clarified that the fee doesn't apply to those already in the US, like students shifting from an F1 visa to an H1B, but the message is clear, tightening the flow of foreign workers. And now with this EAD policy rollback, the administration is sending another signal that it wants US employers to hire more Americans rather than depend on migrant labor. In fact, Florida governor even ordered state universities to stop hiring foreign faculty on H-1B visa, furthering the same America First line. For the Indian workforce, this means one thing: uncertainty. If your work permit renewal is delayed, you could find yourself out of a job overnight. Employers may be reluctant to keep employees whose authorization could lapse any moment. It also adds stress For spouses of H-1B visa holders, mostly women whose H-4 work permits are already subject to delays and renewals because of the massive visa backlog. Many Indian workers have to renew their EADs again and again. Earlier, they could keep working while waiting for approval. Now, they will have to stop the day it expires. For families depending on dual incomes, this could mean sudden job loss, uncertainty, and even visa complications. Migration experts are saying that the only way forward now is faster processing timelines, but with US election politics heating up, immigration leniency doesn't look like a priority. So as the US roll back automatic work permit extensions, thousands of Indians in the American workforce are bracing for an uncertain future where paperwork delays could mean the difference between keeping or losing a job. For more news and updates, stay tuned to FPJ.